You've heard of square and square blocks? Well, today we're going to make a star in a star. Hello, my friends. I'm Stacy of Stacy Creates Stuff, and today we are on week 8 of the Stars in My Garden Quilt Along. If you are new here, welcome. And we are in the midst of a weekly sew along that you don't have to keep up with. It's just I'm putting the videos and the instructions out each week so that by the end of March, everyone will have what they need to make this quilt whenever they are ready to make it. But I am super excited about today's block because it's a star in a star. So we've already made some sawtooth stars, just a basic one we did last week where we had some special points. That was a lot of fun. And I have to say that I enjoyed making this block more than I thought I would. I mean, the block is beautiful and that was exciting, but to actually make it, it was easier than I thought. So let's get right to it. Let's take a look at the pieces we have for block 8. So from our light blue, we have some rectangles and some squares. From our dark pink, we have some 2.5-inch squares, some very small squares and small rectangles. And then in white, we have more small squares and more 2.5-inch squares. So this is going to be a star inside of a star. So if we take a look at our hot pink or dark pink and our white, we are going to make little tiny flying geese. By now, of course, you are an expert at making flying geese. So we'll be using the 2 small white squares, and that is going to form a star point. And we'll have star points all the way around. And then we'll be using the small squares. These are 1.5-inch squares. And they will go like this. And this is sewn together just like we would any other star block, except it's just smaller. But it is 3 rows of 3 units. So it's a basic 9 patch. We will sew those each row together and then sew all of that together. And that gets us this, which should finish at 4.5 inches. And then you can just treat this like the big center of a regular star block, the original one that we made. And we'll be putting our flying geese units, which are made with our blue rectangles and our dark pink squares. Those will go on each edge, and then in the corners goes our blue. And there you have a star inside a star. All the construction you are familiar with. We have our little flying geese units. We have larger flying geese units. And then we're just sewing our stars together. And here is the finished block. I love it. It's so cool with the star inside the star. You're going to make a total of 4 of these. And I hope you like it, because next week we're making some more in different colors. I hope you found that this is not going to be as challenging of a block as you might have thought just initially looking at it. If you can make a sawtooth star, which if you've done the very first block of this sew along, you made a sawtooth star. All we're doing is making 2 of those, and one is tiny and it fits inside as the center of the big star. So you can do it. It's flying geese. That's it. And some squares. If you haven't already downloaded my guide for the sew along, which gives you all the fabric requirements and the cutting instructions for each of the blocks, then there is a link in the description below. And if you love the colors that I did my quilt in, well, good news, there is a kit available from my favorite quilt shop, Vintage Pink and Green. Again, link in the description below. I thank you for joining me today, and while you're waiting for next week's block, why not check out this?